Hi, guys. Welcome again to Toda en Vida podcast. I am so happy to have you guys. I have my first guest on the show today. Her name is Evelyn. I do know her since middle school. However, she is a nail tech based out of San Diego. So go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, guys.
How are you feeling today? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm really blessed to be here. So thank you.
Of course. No, thank you for coming. I'm so blessed to have you here. Thank you for making the 2-hour drive on a Tuesday.
Girl, the traffic.
Okay, so a little bit of a background story. So I have known Evelyn since middle school. However, 2 years ago you started doing nails?
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
It's already hit 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an introduction. Just to let you guys know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Now, right now, she does have a TikTok platform that's growing. She's been doing nails for 2 years and she is engaged. Shout out to Juan on the ring, this girl.
Period.
That's our union money.
Got me a man with some union money, girl.
That's right. However, it wasn't always like that for her. So a few years ago, she was a caregiver. And then from there, she began in like office jobs, right?
Yeah.
And then even in the aspect of relationship, what would you describe that period for you in the aspect of like relationships?
Traumatic.
To say the least. To say the least. So it was really different than what it looks like for you now.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And I just wanted to ask you, like, what encouraged you to make that change in your life, not only career-wise, but eventually you had to get to a point where you stopped entertaining things that weren't serving you purpose anymore, from relationships to jobs. It just wasn't becoming enough. So what really encouraged you to kind of make that change?
I think just wanting better. And I don't know, I feel like when you've been through so much, like when you've had enough, you just know, you know?
Yeah. When you're really tired of it.
Yeah.
You're tired of it.
When you want better, you do better, you know?
Yeah.
And and just having God by my side. And
definitely. How do you feel like your path would have looked like you trying to do this without faith? Eventually, you got to a point where you weren't just tired. You had to have faith to make the leap of faith, to start your business, to no longer be in a relationship that didn't serve you purpose. So how do you feel like it would have been like you trying to do this without faith? You know, and this isn't to push like religion on anybody, but it gets to a point where when you take that leap of faith, you see God work through you, around you, and really by your side.
I think that when I would pray to God sometimes and I'd be like, I want this for my life, or I want, you know, just certain things, certain goals, certain like, you know, things that I wanted to achieve. I feel like God would be like, yes, but not with the people around. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, but not yet, you know?
Yes.
Like,
sometimes God's not right now is just not with them around type of scenario. But no, that's awesome. Okay, so eventually you made the change. You decided to no longer have people in your corner that weren't serving you. And then you started your business. You started in your room, right?
Yes, girl.
Oh my gosh. I think there's a beautiful struggle in that.
No,
So tell us what you would tell even like beginner nail techs, because it's been a journey for you. And nails are a really underrated a skill that like you have to learn prep, you have to learn design, application, all of that. So what would you tell beginner nail techs that want to start off?
Honestly, I think we've talked about this before, but I feel like social media definitely glamorizes the beauty industry. And like I don't know, before I started doing nails, like I would go on TikTok and I would see like girls posting like, oh yeah, you want to be a nail tech, this is how much money you're gonna make, this is how, and it's not like that.
It's not always
it's not like that at all, you know? But I used to do makeup back in the day, and I've always been like a creative person, you know, and I would do makeup on people and I'm like, it's always the same looks, always the nudes, you know, and everything. And I'm like, where the bitches with like the blue eyeshadow, you know? But yeah, so I kind of got like, I had a creative block a little bit, and then I was like, what else can I do? I was like, I don't like hair. I already know how to do makeup. I'm like, let me try nails, you know?
Okay.
And so that's kind of how it just all started. I was up at like 2 a.m. watching like some YouTube videos. And I saved up all my money, used up all my money, went on Amazon, bitch, whole shopping spree.
When you first start your business, Amazon is the way to go. And then from there, you start to get like your product knowledge and you start to expand your business for sure. But would you say that it was more of an investment when you first started than it was you getting your money back.
I feel like it's always an investment.
Yeah,
always.
For sure. You're always pouring into your business. I remember there was a month where even when you first started off, just to get some exposure, you were doing like sets half off.
Girl,
or you wouldn't even charge.
I wasn't even charging, girl.
Yes.
If there's anybody out there that can tell me that I've been doing nails for the money, let me cut you off, because no, you're wrong. I used to do sets for free, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you knew you were still building your technique and you really just wanted that exposure. You really just wanted the practice. I think when you get into a service, you don't see the money right away.
No, absolutely not.
You don't see the money right away. And I know that it can get discouraging because you're investing, but at one point you have to invest before you see the money back.
Oh, for sure. And I feel like that's one thing about being a business owner, or even being like a small business owner. Like, you're literally the last person to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. You're the last person to get paid. You're doing every single role. You're the janitor, the marketing, the one that's scheduling, everything, the accountant, everything. Yeah. Now that you're in the beauty industry, is there anything that you're kind of weary about? Because like you stated, a lot of people kind of just glamorize it on social media. They don't really show the full behind the scenes of it. So is there anything that you kind of get weary about? Like me, I'm really scared to do collabs with other people because I feel like sometimes it's really just because they see your platform.
That makes sense.
And they want to just, I mean, of course we have to benefit each other, but unless we vibe naturally, then I don't really see me doing a collab with some people, you know?
I feel you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think, yeah. No.
You don't get scared of it at all?
No, I don't know. I feel like everything's just kind of like a learning lesson. And if something happens, I kind of just keep pushing.
Okay.
But I don't know.
That's dope.
I don't know, haters. These hater bitches I gotta watch out for, but yeah.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I kind of was weary in the beginning a little bit because I just feel like it's really glamorized, you know? Or for example, it's like, come take a class and I'll show you how to make 6 figures in a year and this is that. And it's like, it's not like that, you know? So when it comes to networking or collabing, you want to make sure that you network and collab with the right people. Even us, we've known each other since middle school. And then we just so happened to fall into the beauty industry. It wasn't anything like we met online. It was totally
natural. Yeah.
Completely natural.
For sure.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And okay, so let's see. We have some other questions. Other than that, how do you feel your hardships allowed you to grow in life and want better?
I think growing up, watching my parents like really struggle, because I had young parents, you know. My mom had me when she was 15, and I have 2 younger siblings, and just watching them like, you know, I have parents, but to say like my grandparents really raised us, because my parents were always working, you know, and just watching them struggle. And I don't know, I just really want to be that one to break those generational curses and be like, I don't have to work a 9 to 5, you know. I can, if I want to do something, I can do it. So I think that's kind of what just drives me to want to do better, you know?
Yeah. Especially with entrepreneurship, you can never stay, you can never stay content. You have to constantly be evolving, constantly moving, especially having a social media page that's in the beauty industry. You have to constantly be posting your schedule, your content. Content is so hard to get sometimes. Girl. You have to be in the middle of everything. And then online, it looks so easy.
It looks easy, girl.
And it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
And where do you see your business going in like 4 or 5 years?
I don't want to be a nail tech forever.
Okay.
I don't. I really don't. My business goals in the next 5 years, si Dios quiere, I want to own a nail supply store.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, great minds think alike.
Or maybe like a shop that has like the tiendita in the front and then like the salon in the back or something. I think that would be really dope, you know? Yeah. But yeah, for sure, something like that.
In the beauty industry, I feel like there's and there's nothing wrong with it, but I feel like there's some people that are cool with just kind of staying with the clientele, which I'm very blessed to have.
Yeah.
We're very blessed to have, but that's kind of part of like the level up. Like first we learn the technique, then we get the client, and then from there we have to think outside of the box, because the whole point is to not just have a business, it's to create a brand, you know? When you're really steady into entrepreneurship and that's pretty much all you got, you know, because I don't see myself going back to a 9 to 5. So when that's really all that you have to continue to level up to create a brand. And then from there, you're going to be able to generate money without having to be in the shop every single day because it's hard work. It's back-breaking work.
Yes.
It looks really glamorized and beautiful, especially with nails.
And it's rewarding. It is. It is rewarding, you know, but it's hard. It's hard out here. It's hard out in these streets, you know?
And I mean, hard work is definitely going to be everywhere, but it's just being able to, because eventually, you know, right now you're engaged, you eventually want to have a family, things like that. Yeah. So being able to generate income off of a brand, not so much just off of like your technique and skills, definitely important for sure.
Yeah.
I love that. I want to do the same thing here at the store. You did bring some goodies today, so I kind of want to get into that too. Girl. We're going to talk more about your business, stuff like that. But we did want to give a shout out, especially to all the chingonas that are self-employed, businesswomen, Latina-owned businesses. So go ahead. I'm gonna go first. So I do have a sweater on right now by Heffa's Run the World. I have this sweater right here that just says grow through it. I love it. I had messaged her on Instagram and I was like, I need a cop a sweater.
I love that.
It has a little butterfly, you know? So I was like, that's definitely the vibe. I wanted to get a blind reaction to the stuff that you brought today because it's super, super cute.
Yeah, I had to get you some goodies, girl.
Oh my gosh.
You know how like some of the talk shows that like Christina or like Wendy Williams, they bring the host a little
Wendy Williams.
No, but you know what I mean.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look. If you guys see a uña quebrada, mind your business, okay? I go for my fill next week. Oh my gosh, friend. Not the blinged out Patron bottle. Todo en vida. Oh my gosh, friend.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh my God, do you like the name Todo en Vida?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Fire. That looks fire, huh?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh
so
my gosh.
that's from my homegirl Tina's Tipsy Bottles on Instagram.
I've seen
hit
her before.
Yeah.
She does really good work.
Yeah. And you know what? It turns on at the bottom, bitch.
Doots. I already see it. Wow, friend, this is beautiful. I don't even want to drink from it. I have to save it.
Yeah, like put it on display or something, you know. But
this is beautiful. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You say her name's Tina's Tipsy Bottles?
Yeah, Tina's Tipsy Bottles on Instagram.
I love this.
TikTok.
Thank you so much, Tina. You did amazing, Miss Girl. The attention to detail.
I know. She's amazing.
That.
Yeah.
She's literally amazing. She did a bottle for you before, right?
Yes, yeah.
Oh my gosh, she did so good. Wow, the attention to detail and how much time, I know this for sure, took. Thank you so much. Tina, I appreciate you, Miss Girl. May your business grow with abundance and blessings. Stop, because I feel like this one too.
No, this one's cute too. You're going to like this one, bitch.
Oh my God. Just when I thought you outdid yourself with the last one. Oh my gosh.
This one's from Anita's Custom Crafts. So
Anita's Custom Crafts. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Girl.
This is actually Juan's tia.
Really?
Yes, girl. I'm like, let me put my girl on.
I'm like, we love anything that comes from Juan, okay? Especially that ring. This is awesome. Miss Girl. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Oh, this is so cute.
So you can like sip on it while you're doing your podcast, you know?
Definitely. Most definitely. Thank you so much, friend. This is awesome. Not only did you make the 2-hour drive from San Diego, but then on top of that, there's more in here? Okay. Oh my gosh. I just love small businesses that are Latina owned. Hustle hard.
You gotta support each other.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay, we're gonna talk a little bit more about your nail business.
Y las flores.
Las flores, we can't miss it. We cannot miss. I'm like, they smell so good.
That's from my homegirl, Vane. She doesn't have her business page just yet, I don't believe, but
she does amazing work.
I think it's Vane PDRN or something like that.
I love this porque nunca se van a morir.
I know. You can come from right.
And the little butterfly. We love it. Thank you so much, Vane. These are awesome.
I'm glad you love them.
Oh my gosh, these are awesome. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to put them right there. Like I said, if you guys see a uña quebrada, mind your business, okay? Literally, mind the business that pays you.
Period.
Okay. So other than that, you are self-taught with your nail business.
I am, girl. YouTube and TikTok University, okay?
And how did that go for you when you first started off? Like, how did you start diving into different products and stuff like that? I know that, you know, your fiance was a huge supporter when you first started your business.
Huge supporter, yes. Honestly, dude, I just watched a bunch of videos. I tried to just dive into a bunch of information, see how much I could learn, and it was always like, oh, should I do it? What if I'm not good enough, you know, in the beginning? But I just didn't. I just jumped into it, and I'm like, you're not going to be perfect when you start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah.
And you definitely, when you made the transition into going into nails, I'm sure that at one point you seen that the jobs that you had just weren't enough.
Oh, it was not serving.
And when you are in a routine like that, it really doesn't allow you to see your purpose, a greater purpose than just going to work, paying your bills. How do you feel like that transition into entrepreneurship has allowed you to better focus on yourself?
I definitely feel like I have a lot of weight lifted off of my shoulders. I felt like it was really difficult juggling like a 9-to-5 and then doing nails and, you know, still catering to my man and my family. Like, it was really difficult, you know? And I feel like, you know, working a 9-to-5, especially like the job that I was at, it was just very toxic, you know? And I just felt like a hamster on a cartwheel.
Yeah.
Or a cartwheel on a fucking, you know, hamster wheel, bitch. You know what I mean?
I'm like, a hamster doing a cartwheel? That's pretty lit. No, but I talked about it on the last episode, how I feel like, yes, of course, money isn't everything, but financial stability really allows you to dig deeper into yourself and find more purpose in yourself. Because like you said, you kind of get stuck in the hamster wheel of just going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home. And then you get like 2 days off. Yeah. So the first day off is your day off. And then the second one, you're just getting ready to go back to work. Yeah. So I'm sure at one point you did get tired of that. And then you eventually made the leap of faith. And now having your business, being able to work at your comfortability, how do you feel like that's better allowed you to just focus on yourself, work on yourself?
I feel like it's definitely been able to help me focus on my business a lot more and just really like focus on like my family too and my man also, you know. I just felt like it took like a lot of time out of my day just working for somebody else, and it's
really draining getting stuck in that routine. And then sometimes we chase a check that isn't enough, but because it's stable, we continue to chase it. And it's not going to be enough. When you want better in life, you have to see like, okay, the things that I like, it's not going to be enough with this check. And if you do have a 9-to-5 where it's like a career, then hey, all power to you. But if it's not serving you purpose, and even then, sometimes we were raised to chase stability instead of chasing what we really love to do.
No, yeah, absolutely. I feel like school actually also teaches you that. They teach you to like go to college, get a job, work for someone, and then, you know, you get your 401k and then you die, bitch. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, they don't teach you to like be your own boss, and you know, they don't show you that there's other opportunities out there.
They show you everything but like taxes,
exactly.
Like that. And even owning a small business, you can still create a retirement. You can still have stability for yourself. It's just the discipline that you have to create for yourself.
For sure.
I think that's awesome. Okay, so now that you're out of the cycle of constantly just going to work and coming home, how do you feel with your business right now? Like, are you content? Do you feel like there's still things that you want to learn?
I do feel like I could work a little bit harder. But I'm just going with the flow, dude. I'm just going with the flow, honestly. Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're self-taught, but what would you say to the people? Because I feel like, I'm going to be honest, I feel like once people get licensed, they kind of start to act a little bit funny, where it's like certified versus licensed. And I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like school teaches you very minimum, and you really learn your skill and technique based off of the hard work that you apply in your business. So, I mean, I know that that's kind of sometimes a struggle, but what would you say to kind of that controversy of like certified versus licensed, when really though, getting your license is just, yes, having your license through state board, I recommend everybody to go get their license. But like I said, you're not going to learn everything in school. And eventually the technique and skill that you learn is really based off of how hard you want it, or like how much you apply it, how hard you work.
Yeah, I would say mind your business, because we all start somewhere, you know? Like, not everybody has the ability to drop a couple $1,000s and go to school like that, you know? Like, it's just mind your business and
the schools
are
so expensive.
Yeah, and then if it's not affecting you, like let people hustle, let people do what they got to do.
Yeah, I'm very open with my journey. Even when I opened up my shop, and I wasn't even licensed yet because I was going to school for a year and 4 months. I was going to school part time. I was able to luckily find a school where my tuition wasn't that much. My tuition was only $2,300. I believe that they raised the price a little bit up to like $2,800. But I was lucky enough to find an esthetician school that didn't charge that much. But I was also providing for my family the entire time. So I couldn't afford to go to school full time. Yeah. And I think that that's something that a lot of people don't see. Now, if you definitely get comfortable, being unlicensed from home and doing, whatever it is for 4 or 5 years, and eventually you do run a greater risk.
Yes.
But I do recommend eventually, people get their license, but getting their license is not what's going to determine your skill or technique.
Absolutely.
And there's haters out there,
there's
bro.
Big haters out there, girl.
It's really, really sad to see the extent that people will go just because sometimes it's not even about the service. Sometimes it's just because they didn't get their way. They'll sit there and they'll call state board. Yeah. And honestly.
Or not even that, dude. Like other nail techs too. Like they're just some, like, I don't know. I feel like the beauty industry is very cutthroat and it's a lot of competition. It's a lot of cattiness. And, I've had somebody try to call state board on me, girl.
Really?
Another nail tech. Yes, girl.
Drop the tea about that. What?
I don't want to say too much just in case she comes across the video, but basically we followed each other on Instagram. She's like a really known nail tech in my area. She has her shop, like she has everything, like she's doing her damn thing.
She don't gotta worry about you.
Yeah, she don't gotta worry about me. And then I had posted a picture on my Instagram talking about something like, this is basically talking about my business plans and this is what I want to do. And she messaged me and started talking about like, oh, are you going to make it state board regulated? And started talking about all this stuff. And I'm like, girl, you used to work in your room too. Like, why are you worried about me? So anyways, I said, gotta block you, girl.
Yeah. Like you were no longer welcome here.
But stuff like that, it's like, mind your business,
Yeah, that's so sad. I think that it says a lot about other beauty service providers when they see you as competition. And I think it says a lot about them that they're intimidated by you. I think that it should be something where we really truly supported one another. This is something that I talked about in the last podcast too, that I feel like when it's insecurity coming or like radiating from a woman, that's literally how you end up getting a hater. If we really think about it, we could learn from each other. I'm sure you having your clients, you get to see how much you genuinely get to learn from one another because you're in an environment and in a space where you know that it's safe. You guys get to talk it up and stuff like that. But I just think that's really, really sad. I think that as service providers, we should definitely support one another. There's room for all of us to
There's money for everybody.
There's money for everybody. Like even when I was fully booked, like all the time, every single day, every hour of every day, I would always say like, I don't mind teaching other women this craft because that way they can provide a living for themselves, and there's room for all of us to eat. For sure.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Your work is really, really bomb though.
Thank you.
It's so bomb. I've been following you for a while now, and just how transparent you are.
Yeah.
The growth has been amazing to see in all aspects of your life. You've been pretty transparent with it and just trying to juggle your 2 jobs. So you would work what hours, and then what hours would you take clients?
I would go in at 8. I'd get off at 4:30, get home at 5, prep for like 30 minutes, and also like do things around the house that I needed to do for like that next whatever, feed my dog, like all this stuff, and then come my 6 p.m. client. And that would be my only client during the week. My busy days would be Fridays because obviously I could stay up and the weekends, and if I was feeling ballsy during the week, I'd be like, okay, let me take 2. You know what I mean? But like, it was very difficult, and it wasn't like that, like forever, like I do have to give a lot of props to my man because I feel like he definitely took me out of like survival mode,
I love that for you.
Yeah, for sure. Like he really did. And I'm very like, baby, if you're watching this, I love you.
No, she's definitely my man.
Yeah,
I love that for you. And very much so. Well deserved. We love you, Juan. Do you feel like you would have been able, I know we kind of talked about it in the beginning, but do you feel like, especially being an entrepreneur, especially being a female-owned business, Latina-owned, do you feel like having the correct partner in your corner will make the difference? Because a lot of women, I feel, don't know when to let go. And unfortunately, it kind of, girl, it dragged you to hell.
No.
And it's really sad that they can't just open their eyes and see that some of the blessings that aren't coming to them.
Sometimes you be blocking your own blessings, you know?
Yes, 1,000%. So obviously he's been a huge part of your business. I love that for you. Yeah. Tell us about that. So when you first started, what kind of was his take on that?
I think I had texted him. He was at work or something. And I was like, because I don't think I told him that I bought the supplies. I think I just bought it on Amazon. And I was like, hey, like, I think this is what I want to do, you know? Because I had told him before, but I finally told him like, hey, like, I am going to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And from the jump, he's been very, very supportive. Like, randomly, he'll be like, come on, let's go to the nail supply store, and he'll take me on a little shopping spree.
That's right.
Right. Like, just in everything. I'm very grateful for him because I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain it, girl.
I'm like, future babe, if you're watching this, I need more wax. I need more wax as we speak.
No, yeah, he's very supportive and, you know, I feel like we're supportive with each other. Like, you know, he recently got a job at SDG&E and I don't know. He's doing things that he wants to do with his life and he's watching me do things that I want to do in my life. And just the support is there and I love it. That's it. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Do you feel like it would be detrimental to the success of a small business owner had they not had a partner that is supportive of their dreams?
Yeah, you need your support. You need your circle there for you for sure. I would do like nails on my sister, like my other little sister, Val. Yeah.
She's so
she's big. She's 14 now. That's still my little baby.
Oh my gosh. So when you posted that video on TikTok of your little sister, that's
her.
Val?
That's her. Yes.
Oh my
She's
God.
Big. Dude, when we would kick it, when we were kids, she was a baby. She was like 2 years old.
Yeah. So little fun fact, little behind the scenes story. So Evelyn and I, we used to live around the corner from each other. She had 2 younger sisters and her sister Val was a baby at the time. Damn, girl, I didn't know she grew up that much.
Girl, I'm about to hold up. I'm about to pull a memory out of your asshole real quick because
tell me.
Do you remember that time we had to beg your dad to let you spend the night at my house?
Girl, we had to beg my daddy for everything.
Girl, no. Okay, so you spent the night, right? Do you remember we stayed up like all night, girl? And
you know what? When people tell me stories from back in the day, I'm like, I believe that. I believe I did that. Girl, I believe I did that.
Girl, we went ding dong ditching. Do you remember that? And then in la mañana we stayed up because we're like, let's make breakfast for my family. And we thought we were like, oh, nobody caught us. Dude, the neighbors came down.
Oh my God. I remember who was cooking breakfast? Was it your mom or?
No, it was us. We were cooking breakfast and then we hear the doorbell and my dad walks in. Girl, I got good ass.
Oh my gosh, I definitely remember that.
And I remember
in the kitchen.
And I remember I was
looking at that like, save us. She was in diapers. Oh my gosh, dude, time is a thief. How old is she now?
She's 14.
Wow.
Yeah, she's big.
So she was the one that she was like your practice model.
She was my practice and also my mom and my cousin Giovanna, just like a few friends, you know.
It's crazy how when you first start, in this case, you were very, very blessed to have your mom and your younger sister to go ahead and support you. But when you first start, it's crazy how strangers will become supporters before family. In this case, it wasn't that because you did have like other females around you.
I did have, yeah. There was, you know, I peep everything, girl. That's and right. When I was offering like free sets, I'd be like, come on, like sometimes I'd be like, damn, why aren't some of my friends coming to like get their nails done? I'm like, what's up? Like, you're getting free nails, like, you know?
Yeah.
And I've even had someone, you know, we're still cool to this day, whatever. You know, I still do her nails, but she was like, I just wanted to wait till you got better because basically, she don't want to deal with all that, you know, which like I respected, like cool, you know, but.
Would you have been willing to take constructive criticism at that time?
I always was looking for constructive criticism.
That's awesome.
Even till this day, I just want to be better, you know?
Yeah. Is there any areas of your business right now you feel you could improve?
I think
we're constantly evolving, for sure. We're constantly evolving. Even though I have the shop now, like it's still not done. Yeah. People walk in and they praise and they're like, oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful. Yeah. And in the back of my head, I'm like, girl, I got so many other things to do still. I still got so many things to do with my shop.
I think just being a little bit more consistent. You know, I feel like January was the month that I didn't really have a lot of clients because it's like slow season, you know?
It's slow season. January.
Season, and then February, Valentine's, and then tax season comes around. Girl, I'm going to be doing nails till 2
Girl, I'm going to be teaching a class in April on purpose. So like, if you guys want to, you know, go ahead and elevate and do something with that tax money. When I first started, that's literally how I started my business. So let me give you a little tea because it wouldn't be a podcast.
Let me hear it
with Evelyn if I didn't drop a little bit of tea. Okay, so when I first started, I was working during the pandemic, right? So when I was working during the pandemic, I got told by my tax lady, she's like, "Hey, you have a back pay waiting for you." And I was like, "Do you remember that when they had back pays?" Not everybody claimed it. Okay,
no, I don't think so.
So towards, I think it was like December 20 something, they had back pays waiting for you. So if you hadn't claimed it by December, whatever date, you didn't get the back pay. So I used to, before I started my small business, because again, we're dropping some tea here. I used to work in dispensaries. So I wasn't working my social, you know?
Oh.
And even that is part of my story. Like, girl, I got rated on and everything, you know? But no, seriously though, when I got rated on and that ended up happening, como dijo, I didn't go to jail, bitch. I was taken. I remember just being there and being like, yo, this is not what I want for myself. Right. So I didn't work my social. I didn't do any of that. And then I told myself that I would never go back. Like literally the day that happened, I told myself I will never step foot into a dispensary again working.
How was that experience?
Girl, ghetto. In that industry, working as a bud tender, I think that everyone thought that we just like smoked weed all day and would, you know, just work faded. And that wasn't the case at all. We had inventory checks at 5:30 in the morning.
I heard bud tenders work long hours.
And back then I was literally making what I could make in like 2 hours now. Like it was money that I thought I was seeing big money. The point is like, coming from that, I just knew that this is not what I wanted to do. Right. I was like, I'm more than willing to get a regular job where I don't have to worry about it being hot or like cops on my back, stuff like that. So in the middle of the pandemic, I started working at Nissan and I worked there for about a year. And towards the end of that year, I was told like, hey, you have a back pay that you can go ahead and claim, but you have to claim it now. So I was like, okay. So I went, I had seen how much I worked my social. I think I had worked like not even like $5,000 worth of my social. Literally nothing, right? So I remember I prayed and I was like, God, like, if you give me a little extra money, I promise I'm going to do good with it. I promise I'm going to do something with it, right? Girl, I thought I was going to get 1,300. I got almost 8 racks.
God is so good.
I got almost 8 racks. But when I got that money, I literally paid off all my debt. I was like, you know what? If I start a business, I want to make sure that I start a business with no debt, right?
Yep.
So I was like, okay. So I paid off all my debt and I was like, how am I going to take my classes? Because I didn't know how the whole certification and licensing thing worked. So I was like, how am I going to pay my classes? And then boom, 3 months later, I get my taxes, which were three racks.
Bitch.
And I was like, what am I going to do with this? So my classes were $1,500 and my laptop was $1,500 because I was like, if I'm going to be a small business, I need to have at least a laptop, something, you know, to make my spreadsheets, whatever.
Some girl,
you know? And so then I paid my classes and I got my laptop, but I didn't have money for supplies because you already know supplies is really expensive.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, like, God, I think you already done did it for me. Like, I think you already maxed me out. Boom, stimulus came. 14. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
And I was like, okay. And I'm not incriminating myself right here because this
is money.
This is money that y'all was getting that EDD money and y'all did nothing with it. Okay. I made sure I started a business with that,
PPP
you know?
loans, girl.
Them PPP loans.
Dude, they locking people up.
For that. No. But at the time though, when I ended up getting that money back though, I just remember being like, oh my gosh, I had never seen money like that. And I was like, I literally have to do something with this. Cause again, I got stuck in the working a 9 to 5. I actually worked 10 to 7, girl. That was miserable.
Yeah.
And I would be up by 8. I wouldn't get home until like 8:30. So really there were 12-hour days for me. Now I do still work 12-hour days, but I do it for myself.
Right.
And it's so much more rewarding. And I think that had I gotten even that blessing of the money, had I gotten that blessing prior to the struggle, I don't think that I would have used it correctly. Honestly, I don't think that I would have used it correctly. And most people will say like, oh, well, In other words, you just got your business handed to you. No, I didn't.
But you prayed about it. You prayed about it, you know?
I did. And I think God definitely knew my intentions with that.
I was just about to say that.
When I got that money, God definitely knew my intentions with that. I started my business in April and TikTok blew me up in October.
Yes.
And I was like, whoa, like I almost felt like I made it overnight, but I know that I didn't, because for those, 5 months or, that time from April to October, I was really, really steady, like just hungry for it, just wanting it, you know? And I'll be honest, I thought about it too. I was like, what kind of service would I want to do? I was like, I don't want to do nails, because I was really intimidated by nails. I would have loved to have been a nail tech.
Why?
But I was so intimidated because people honestly underpay nail techs. Let me get into it, okay?
Let's get into
it. People really underpay nail techs because, one, it's not just the application. It's the prep, it's the design, it's the product, and it's not just 1 or 2 polishes. You need acrylic, tips, a drill, a dust collector, a lamp, like all these different things. And then you say $100 for a set? Se están cagando.
No, I know.
Oh my gosh,
girl. Yes.
Like, that's not fair.
I do feel like nail techs are the least like respected in the beauty industry, for sure. And I do feel like we do actually use a lot more products also. And yeah, girl, stop playing with us. Like, we're not trying to pocket your money. If I tell you a set is $100, like people think that $100 is going to my pocket, and it's not. More than likely, it's going towards supplies, babe.
And each set takes you what, like 2.5 hours?
2.5 hours, just depending. I mean, the other day, the cantarito de barro.
Yes, I saw those. Those
took me like 4, almost 5 hours.
And how much do you charge for a set like that?
It just depends. It depends. It was my girl, so we kind of did a little girl that with the flowers. So I just
So I've got to hook
sometimes
up,
you know what I mean. So,
but it's cool when it comes out of the kindness of your heart, because there are some people that come in wanting the most and they still kind of expect the discount.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I think, picky clients for sure.
I think that it's okay to want a good service, but when you want the best quality service and you're willing to pay the least, it's like, Miss Girl, be for real.
Yeah.
Be for real.
Yeah.
You definitely have to think of the fact that we don't have sick pay. We don't have vacation time. We're the one that pay our taxes. It doesn't just come out of our check automatically.
For sure.
Sometimes they see the amount that we get paid and they think that we pocket all that, but that's not the case at all.
No, 50, 30, 20, babe. Like
50, 30, 20. 50, 30, 20 is a thing.
No, people definitely think you be pocketing everything.
And even then, when I pay myself now, literally my accountant tells me, like, you need to pay yourself more. I'm like, girl, I pay myself and it goes right back into the business.
You're like, I'm trying.
I'm trying to pay myself. No, but like you said, we're literally the last to get paid sometimes.
Yeah, we're the first ones in, last ones out, and last to get paid. Like,
do you feel like your technique had, like, as far as time wise, do you feel like it's been able to get better a little bit?
Yes, just because I've been more consistent.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it just depends what they want,
Yeah. Do you have them send you like inspos before they go in?
Sure. For
That's
sure.
needed.
I have to. And a lot of the times too, because they know I'm not like a $25 nail tech girl. You know what I mean? They know that when you're coming to me, you're probably going to be spending $65 or more. You know what I mean? And I like to give people a price quote beforehand, because if you come already and I tell you the price and I'm already got your nails done and you're going to be pissed about the price, like, I'm not trying to deal with all that. I'd rather just like get it out the way, let you know. It's
super intimidating too when you're home based, because you're really allowing people into your energy, into your space.
Girl, my mom has to she has to do the little cleanse in my nail room sometimes. What is it? The little sage?
The sage?
Yeah, dude, she be doing that because you do bring a lot of energy into your home, and it's hard. It's hard trying to be like picky with people that like the clients that you try to choose, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I don't know. Hard to explain, but
not all money is good money, especially being a beauty service provider. Not all money is good money. If we're just not in a space where I can satisfy you, especially when they come in already telling you like, girl, I done already been through like 8 nail techs.
Yes.
I'm like, oh girl, you got 9th. You've been through the 9th with me.
Yeah, no. I've had to fire one client before. She was cool. She was great. You know, like I loved her because she always got like some bomb ass nails, you know, like she let me be hella creative with it. But I just feel like she would like nitpick little things, and I just felt like, damn, like I don't want you to spend your hard-earned working money if you're not satisfied with what I'm giving you. You know, I feel like you deserve to love your nails, and if I'm not giving you that kind of service that you want, then you know you should go with somebody else.
You're so sweet about it. I honestly, I feel like sometimes I feel like I'd be having no backbone. Like I'd be saying no client or no extra guest. Next thing you know, I'm like putting caricaturas on for the little kids. I'm like, it's all right though. We love you, puppy. Like, you know?
No. Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely try. But I do feel like I have to have more of a backbone when it comes to this industry.
It's hard because then people put you out to be like, oh, she's a bitch, or like, oh, like she's this or she's that.
And that's not even what I'm trying to do, especially me. Like I promote a lot, you know, my faith, not even promote. That's not even the word that I should be using. Not promote. I talk a lot about my faith. I talk a lot about where I come from and how humble that I am. But I feel like the moment that I try to have a backbone, especially being in the beauty industry, it's kind of looked at like, oh, all of a sudden you're not humble. And it's like, no, I am humble, but I've learned where it's taken me not having a backbone and not having that self-love and that self-respect, you know? So I've definitely tried to go ahead and establish that a little bit more. But I'm learning. It's constantly learning. I'm constantly learning. I've been in the industry for almost 3 years now, and I'm still constantly learning. But
no, it's hard, but it's necessary because people will run over you, girl. They'll like, you know, yeah.
Especially, I just see it as this. It's like, I know that for people that work a 9 to 5, when they bring their hard-earned money to me, whether it's $100, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm not pocket watching anybody, but I'm thinking in the back of my head, okay, let's say you have a blessed job where you're getting paid $25 an hour. We're going to reach high, okay?
Yeah.
$25 an hour. After taxes, you're looking like 20.
Yeah.
20,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I'm like 20, you know, or 100 divided by 20, I'm like, that's at least 5 hours of your day. That's almost a work day for you. So for you to come and spend that money with me, I'm super, super thankful. But I also want to make sure that I satisfy you, you know? And I feel like that's why sometimes not that I put too much heart into it, but you just
want to give them the best experience.
Yes.
You know? Like, yeah. I feel
I mean, we're service providers, but we are human. We all have our days. And I am very thankful for the clients that show me that grace. But just to kind of give like a little recap. So I just wanted to tell you, I'm really, really proud of you.
Thank you.
I've been seeing your entire journey from you starting at the corner of your room to transforming your garage and still constantly evolving. I can't wait to see what you do with it. I know that this is literally just the beginning, and I'm so happy that you genuinely have a partner that is excited for you, that is supportive of everything that you're doing, because that's essential, especially as someone that's trying to chase their dreams because they're tired of the cards that they were handed in life, you know, and a partner that truly understands, you know, because it makes a difference when you don't have that, you know. I'm like, girl, it was real ghetto for me. But anyway.
Girl, I've been through a ghetto too.
I know.
Yeah, you know, like,
And I think that it's just, you learn from it though.
Yeah.
You definitely do learn from it. You know what you don't end up wanting. And even today, having all the women that like provided these goodies for us. Like, this is amazing. From Heffa's Run the World to Tina's Tipsy's Bottles. And then remind me of Juan's Tia, because that's not her Instagram name.
No. Anita's Custom Crafts on Instagram.
Thank you so much. And are they all Latina?
Yes.
Wow. Yep. I love that.
Gotta plug in my girls.
And then Vani too, we cannot forget. That's your name, right? Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Vani. Okay.
She's starting out. You know what's so funny, dude?
I'm so proud of her though for starting off. These are amazing. Vani, these are literally gonna go as my centerpiece to my store. I've been wanting something like this. No, I'm seriously gonna have it.
She's my regular client, and every time she recently came up to the idea with me that she wanted to start doing this. So I try to encourage my clients sometimes. I'm like, hey, like if you want to start off something, like do it. You know?
And these are amazing. I feel like, okay, one thing is to, you know, get these beautiful flowers, these huge arreglos, but this is really, really creative.
It's
the
cute,
fact that it's something that'll last.
Yeah, you can keep it forever.
You can literally keep it forever. I'm going to keep it forever. I'm like, Vanya, these are going to be in my store, Miss Girl. Thank you so, so much. But other than that, just I just, again, wanted to praise you on how proud I am of you, because I know that it took a lot for you to take that leap of faith. This is something that I constantly encourage people. And the reason why I kind of spoke a little bit about your background, about how you were just kind of steady working a 9 to 5, nothing wrong with 9 to 5s, but if it's no longer serving you purpose, then you, like we said, you kind of get stuck in that hamster wheel of just repetitiveness. It's a steady check, but it's not enough, you know? Taking the leap of faith, really trusting God to start a business, you know, despite what anybody said, despite what anybody's thoughts were, despite you being a beginner in the beginning, you know, you still continue to work at your technique, work at your application, your craft, everything like that. So girl, collect your flowers, Miss Girl. You deserve it. You deserve it. Other than that, that'll conclude today's episode. But if you guys haven't already, follow our Instagrams. So I'm Self-Care by Ash, LLC on Instagram. We also have Todo en Vida podcast. We also have, go ahead, girl. Stand on business.
Chula's Nail Shop on Instagram and Chula's Nail Shop on TikTok. And then if you want to follow me on YouTube, that's cool too.
That's cool too. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead, get a close up of that ring right there.
Oh my.
Yeah, go ahead. Stand on business.
Girl.
Thank you so much for making the drive. Thank you so much to everybody that's tuned in. I hope you guys love this episode. And this is just, you know, we kind of want to do something light, still funny, but encouraging to all of you guys. So if you're out there thinking about starting a business, girl, start it.
Do it.
Start it. You guys got this. Thank you so much. And we will see you on the next episode. Peace.